Okay, Tim, back on November 15th, you got your 3,000th career win. That's quite a milestone. A lot of guys don't do that. What did it feel like to cross the finish line and make that milestone?
I guess it's definitely, I don't ever put together, like extremely long goals. I try to work my hardest every day and just take one win at a time. So, yeah, it was definitely a great feeling. I was glad to have, my family here. I wish my parents could have been here, but a lot of good friends, some good hunting buddies.
Yeah.
They were here, so it was definitely, it was nice. Leading up to the last couple of days, the girls were putting a little pressure on me. They come when they can, but normally,
right? Yeah.
Normally they come when there's a milestone or when a ride and touch upon a star, they show up.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, I mean, it was definitely great. It was definitely a great feeling. It was nice to have them here with me, and they were like, "Come on, Dad, you got." Right before I won, that was my last mount of the night, and Paisley and Avery were like, "Come on, Dad, this is your last shot. You better win."
No pressure.
So yeah,
right?
no pressure at all. But but the last couple of jumps, I'm like, I got it measured. So yeah, I got it done.
So now you've had a pretty nice career, obviously, but after that, did you have a day or two? Did you reflect on like the highlights of your career, or what it took to get there, or really what it meant? It sunk in.
Like I said, I don't know. I take one win at a time. It's obviously a great, a great accomplishment. But that one's done with. Let's keep driving forward.
Move on to the next one. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, definitely awesome, and I'm honored to have had the opportunity. Everybody that's got me here, and leading up to it, I've had a lot of good trainers, and they've trusted me on the horses, and I'm very, very thankful for it and humbled by it, and I just want to keep going.
Very blessed. Now tell everybody kind of how you got into racing, because you were a kid, you did rodeo and stuff, right? Your parents got you into horse racing or riding horses in the beginning. Tell us quickly about that.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up always, it's racehorses and rodeoing. My dad was a blacksmith, still a horseshoer as today, and we rodeoed. I rode bulls, some junior bulls when I was younger, and rodeoed, did all the kid events and stuff like that. And so I never even remember learning how to ride a horse. It was just came second nature. It was either that's so my whole family. That's what we do. Is we are we're horse people.
Who did you look up to as a kid as far as a jockey goes? Anybody in particular? Nationally, some big guys, Kentucky Derby guys, stuff like that.
I don't know. I tried to pick just a few things out of each each jockey.
And there's been some great jockeys from Louisiana, so you had some great role models.
Right. I don't know that I ever watched one in particular rider and picked up, necessarily, one thing. I tried to pick out something from each
different style.
Each different riders, different styles, and kind of tried to develop.
And what would you call your style? Because I think you're kind of aggressive, but you're really smooth, So
I don't know. Try your hardest.
Try your hardest. That's it.
Try to. I guess my style is I do my homework. I look at the program also, but I also let the race develop
in front of you. Right.
In front of me as it is, and you're saying, I'm smooth because I'm watching what's going on in front of me, and I try to adapt through the race according. Sometimes you might think, going in, you're like, all right, well, might not so much speed in here, so I'm gonna send. I'll be able to make a lead. Well, you and the other non-jocks in the room are looking at the program thinking there ain't much speed. Next thing you know, the gate open and everybody sends.
Right.
So you got to adapt.
Right. Right. So on the fly.
Pull an audible there.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Hey.
But I've been fortunate. Most trainers give me the give me the reins, I should say, just to do what I know how to do, and I'm thankful for that they have entrusted me enough riding their horses that I am able to let the race set up and go from there.
You're kind of like the assistant coach, right? They're the coach, and then they let you be the assistant coach,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And
so
now, speaking of that, let me ask you about that, because you've ridden a lot and won jockey titles here at Delta Downs and other tracks. You rode in Chicago for years. Talk about trainers. You rode for Broberg on and off and on. Now you're riding for Abel. You ride for a lot of different barns. You're not really picky, are you? You just work hard and take whatever you can get, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, Cisco Torres told me this a long time in Chicago or whatever. He said everybody has a winner, so it don't matter. They got a winner. I want to ride it.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, is some trainers easier to work for than others, or no?
I mean, yeah, that's like anything, you know. Every individual is different, and just going throughout the years, you just got to learn how to deal with each situation as it is. And yeah, of course, some trainers like horses on the lead. Some prefer you to stay outside. Others like you to be outside and in the clear. And so you just, as you go along, and you gotta just kind of fill the situation out and play it as what it is.
Now, you grew up around this part of the country, but you rode in Chicago for years. What made you come back here in 2017?
So my wife, we were in Chicago, and she had gotten pregnant, and her parents live in Northern California. So unfortunately, Chicago racing wasn't what it used to be. So they were wanting us. They had a big water well drilling company up there. So they were wanting us to go up there, and had been, seeing if we wanted to, and that we could, work up there, and So I finally decided. I was like, man, you know what? I'm probably gonna have to establish myself somewhere else besides Chicago. Anyway, so the opportunity came up to go to California. So I said, well, heck, why not? I can always come back to Chicago. I've been established here. Everybody knows me here. I can always do that if I have to. So we went to California, and although it was great. I love being up there. Devin's parents are great. So, but I just ended up the water moved. So they do they chase the money. So I ended up being gone a lot, and I wanted to be home more. So I decided, what, man, I want to keep riding. I want to give that back a shot. So I'm originally from Moss Bluff. I was born in Lake Charles. So all my family's in Sulphur and Westlake. So I told Devin, I was like, man, I think I'm gonna call my grandma and see if she's got a spare room. I think I'm just gonna head home and see how it is. I said, I'll call you in a month. And I said, if it works, great. If not, I'll come back and we'll reevaluate. So I jumped in my truck and I called my grandma, and she said, yeah. She says, I got a room. So I called Marcus Guidry, was here, and he worked for me in Chicago back in 2005.
Mark Guidry's son, Jockey.
So I called him up. I said, hey, I was actually on a job, and so I called him up and said, hey, you got any openings? He says, yeah, come on. So I jumped in the truck, got here, and I was here for a few weeks, and it worked out with Broberg. A lot of people thought that I came because Broberg wanted to, but I just showed up here last minute and ended up working out. And everything's been what it is since.
Works out great. We love having you here.
Great.
People love watching you ride. So congratulations on 3,000. Good luck on the next 3,000.
All right, thank you.